Man, grip tight and face me. How many times has defeat slammed you to the dirt? Those black days when it all caves in. Work buries you, money vanishes, plans shatter, and you feel like a corpse with a pulse. Theodore Roosevelt, a man who stared defeat down and spat blood in its face, would grab you by the throat and roar, "Don't quit, rise, or die." This ain't for crawlers. It's for men who stand though they're broken. If this sets you ablaze, smash that like button now and let's crush defeat. Roosevelt wasn't born unbreakable. He was a frail kid, asthmatic, a scrawny runt doomed to lose. But he didn't quit. His father stabbed a truth into him. Make yourself a man or life will grind you to ash. And he did. He hit the woods, hunted bears with heart pounding like war drums, boxed till blood painted his face, swam icy rivers that cut like blades. Why? Because he knew defeat ain't your end. It's the mud where you forge yourself. Every man tastes it. Failure that cuts your legs, loss that guts you, a hit that leaves you flat. But Roosevelt wouldn't stay down. In 1884, when he lost his wife and mother in one day, defeat smashed him like a hammer to the chest, a pain that'd kill anyone. What did he do? He didn't sink or whimper. He bolted to Dakota, herded cattle under a sun that scorches the soul, slept in cold that splits flesh, hunted buffalo while defeat stalked like a wolf. That's what keeps you from dying, man. Not never falling, but rising with gritted teeth. Roosevelt said, "Falling's nothing. Staying down is death." Roar now. In 1898, at San Juan Hill, he charged bullets after sleepless nights, not because he never lost, but because every fall made him tougher. You've got your defeats, a job that went to hell, a dream that broke, a day that left you in ruins. You're gonna stay down? Strike now, man. Today, pick one defeat pinning you and stand over it. Work though you shake, push though your body aches, fight though all screams, you're done. Every time you rise, you grow bigger. Roosevelt wasn't a giant without falling. He was one because every hit lifted him higher. In Africa, hunting lions under a sun that melts steel, he fell sick but rose and killed. You can too. Hear this. Defeat ain't your grave. It's your springboard. Be it today or die in the mud. Now, clench your fists because beating defeat is just a first growl. To not die, you need to build discipline. A strength that don't crack even when your body begs to quit. Theodore Roosevelt wasn't a weakling blown by the wind. He was a man who carved his life with iron hands. He said, "Discipline is the root of it all." Picture this. You're spent. The day crushes you like stone. Everything lures your fold. Sleep more. Push it to tomorrow. Sink into laziness. Roosevelt didn't. In 1913, lost in the Amazon, leg bleeding like raw meat, malaria torching his veins, 25 pounds of muscle gone. He rode an impossible river with fever blurring his eyes. Why? Because he knew discipline ain't optional. It's the weapon that keeps you alive. I'm not saying row with death, but carve discipline against what's killing you. Without it, life swallows you like a worm. Roosevelt lived it like this. In Cuba, leading the Rough Riders, he rose under bullets and heat like it was nothing. You've got your fights. Laziness eating you alive, night stealing your focus, a mind whispering rest. What do? Fall like a kid? Cave to exhaustion? Roosevelt didn't bargain with weakness. He said, do what you must, not what you want. Burn this and now. Building discipline is standing when everything shoves you down, acting when your body drags. When he came out of the Amazon, he wasn't just a survivor. He was a man with a will of steel. He rose at 5 though sleep crushed him, wrote speeches while others snored, trained like death waited at dawn. And you? How many times you said tomorrow because today's heavy? Stop now. Discipline ain't handed. It's forged with every yes to effort. You don't need to be perfect today. Roosevelt started small. One day he rose though his body weighed him. The next he boxed though his fist burned. Then he worked till the sun sank. He built discipline like he built a wall, brick by brick with sweat and blood. Here's the challenge, and I want your answer. What's killing you from no discipline? Comment below right now, because facing it is the second secret to rising. Is it laziness chewing your mornings? The phone stealing your hours? A body that won't move? Don't say, I don't feel like it. Roosevelt ran a country, raised 6 kids, wrote 30 books, and still boxed in the White House like a young bull. How? He didn't let weakness rule. If he said he'd do it, he did. Body shaking, mind begging, didn't matter. That's building discipline. Saying today when all says never. Act now. Today, pick one thing killing you and hit it with discipline. Maybe your morning. Wake at 5, those sleep pins you. Maybe your body. Train those sweat stings, 20 push-ups, no excuses. Maybe your mind. Kill that damn phone and work 30 minutes straight. In Africa, hunting under a soul-searing sun, he didn't stop. He bent it with will. Build that today, or die in laziness. Let's crank the fire, man, because here's the heart of the fight. Rising ain't enough if you don't force triumph with bare hands. Theodore Roosevelt didn't wait for wins. He tore them out like a beast and claimed them. He said, triumph don't fall, you fight till you bleed. Picture this. You're facing what you want, a life that thunders, a name that lasts. But don't come free. You got to smash what's in the way. Force it till the world bends. Roosevelt didn't watch from the bottom. In 1898, at San Juan Hill, he didn't wait for bullets to stop. He charged with the Rough Riders, sweat on his face, fire in his chest, forcing triumph up that hill with blood and yells. Why? Because he knew triumph ain't a gift. It's a war you win with force. I'm not saying charge armies, but force triumph in your life like a man. Look how Roosevelt did it. Young, he shed his frail body and swore he'd never be a loser. He hit Harvard, fought politics like a wild bull, raised a family with iron fists because triumph is forced from within. In the Amazon, leg bleeding, fever spiking, he didn't yield. He forced his way through hell. You got that power, man. Forcing triumph ain't waiting or begging like a weakling. It's standing, striking, making it happen though all says no. What's holding you back? A job that won't lift? A dream you won't seize? A future slipping away? Roosevelt didn't ask permission. When he took the presidency in 1901 at 42, after McKinley's murder, he didn't blink. He gripped the nation's reins with fiery eyes and steel hands, forcing winds where others would have shook. And you? What you gonna force? Roar now. That's what I'm yelling. Force triumph like life's a battlefield you must take. You don't need to topple nations. Maybe your home. Say no to mediocrity. Make it shake with your grind. Maybe your job. Push something big. Fight for what's yours. Maybe your life. Grab what you want and force it to be yours. Roosevelt didn't wait. When he lost his son Quentin in 1918, pain sliced like a blade, but he didn't quit. He forced triumph, writing, fighting, living like every day was a win. He said, the man who fights triumphs. Wake up now. Ask, what's killing me by not forcing it? Fear? Laziness? Doubt? Grab a paper. Write one thing you'll force today. Maybe your body. Train like a madman, 30 push-ups though you break. Maybe your mind. Finish what you dropped. Maybe your fate. Take a step that scares you. Roosevelt lived like every day was a war he had to win. He walked tall, spoke with a voice that shook walls, acted like triumph was his. You can do that. Don't care if you're broken, floored, lost. Get up tomorrow and say, today I force my win. Do it for you, for those watching, for the man who don't die. In the White House, he worked 14 hours, still boxed, read, played with his kids like triumph was a beast he tamed. Why? Because forcing triumph ain't a wish. It's pure will. In Africa, hunting lions, he didn't wait. He forced a hunt with bare hands. You got that instinct, man. Forcing triumph pulls you from the mud and plants you on top. Without it, you beat and endure but don't win. With force, every hit, every yes you roar, every door you smash makes you master of your life. Roosevelt lost elections, faced criticism that'd kill a weakling, but always forced triumph because he knew who he was. Today, define who you are. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, sit, breathe deep, growl. What will I force? Then stand and make it shake. Walk with fury. Speak with power. Act like the devil's chasing you. Life ain't one waiting. It's one forcing triumph. Man, this is the edge, but don't sleep. It's not an end, it's a start with blood on your hands. Roosevelt yells from history. Rise or die. You know how. First, beat defeat. Roosevelt didn't stay down when weak, didn't quit when death hit, didn't fall under bullets. He rose every time, and you can. When life floors you, rise though you shake. Take a step today, one that burns. Work though it hurts. Fight though they scream you're done. Rise now. Second, build discipline. Roosevelt didn't bend in the Amazon. He rode with death beside him. In Cuba, he rose under bullets like nothing. You've got that iron. When exhaustion hits, say no and push. Wake at 5. Train like a beast. Do what you must. Discipline keeps you alive. And third, force triumph. Roosevelt didn't wait. He charged at San Juan Hill, ruled with iron fists, force wins where others died. In Africa, he hunted lions without asking. Don't let life roll you. Grab yours and force it. Force triumph in your home, your job, your fate. Roosevelt didn't crawl. He rose and won. When he took the presidency, he didn't blink. When he lost his son, he didn't fall. When life hit, he roared louder. That a man, guts discipline, force roaring inside. Roar now. Rising is a war you fight every day. Every damn hour. Roosevelt said, credit belongs to the man who rises, who don't quit. That's you, not the one dying quiet, but the one fighting and climbing. Start now. Beat a defeat, build discipline. Force a triumph that makes you big. Vigorous life is your battlefield to be the man Roosevelt would respect. Every video hands you a weapon so you don't die down there, but rise and rule. Rise with every hit, every no to laziness, every yes to triumph. Today decide, rise or die. Subscribe now to Vigorous Life, because here's no place for weaklings. Here we forge men who rise till the end. Do it or die forever.